Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready because today is not about comfort. It's not about excuses. It's about showing up, digging deep, and proving to yourself that you are stronger than the limits you've been living under. We're talking about the play box lower body grind, and grind means exactly what it sounds like. It's the sweat, the burn, the fight that transforms your legs, your core, and your mindset. This isn't just a workout, it's a challenge, a test, a wake up call to push past the point where most people quit. You're going to get uncomfortable. You're going to feel that fire, but you're also going to discover the power you didn't even know you had. And by the end, you won't just walk out stronger, you'll walk out unstoppable. Those 5 words are the foundation of real transformation. They cut through every excuse, every story, every justification you've ever told yourself about why you can't, why it's too hard, or why you'll start tomorrow. Excuses are comfortable. Excuses are easy. Excuses are the safety net we fall back on when the grind gets tough, when the body screams, when the mind begs us to stop. But excuses don't build strength, they don't burn fat, they don't transform your body or your life. Effort does. Raw, consistent, unapologetic effort. Effort is not about perfection. It's not about showing up flawless or performing at some impossible standard. Effort is about giving what you've got every single time, no matter how much or how little that is. Some days you'll walk into the grind with full energy, feeling unstoppable. Other days, you'll drag yourself in heavy, tired, maybe even doubting why you're doing this at all. But the effort you bring in those moments, the times when it would be easier to hide behind an excuse, is the effort that rewires you, that builds resilience, that teaches you to rely on your inner grit rather than external motivation. Excuses live in the language of, I can't, I don't have time, I'm too tired, I'll start later. But let's be clear, those phrases are lies disguised as truth. They're barriers you build for yourself so you can avoid discomfort because the grind hurts. It's demanding. It asks for more than your comfort zone is willing to give. Yet the effort you put in despite the pain, despite the doubt, is exactly what pulls you forward. Every rep, every jump, every squat, every lunge you commit to in this lower body grind is a deposit into your future strength, your future confidence, your future self. Excuses steal from that bank, effort fills it up. When you choose effort over excuses, you shift from victim to creator. Excuses keep you trapped in a cycle of wishing and waiting. Effort gets you results plain and simple. It doesn't matter if you start small. Maybe it's 10 reps today. Maybe it's a single set with full focus. Maybe it's pushing just 1 second longer when your legs are on fire. That's effort. That's progress. The compounding effect of those small decisions over time is unstoppable. But when you trade those moments for excuses, you break that momentum, you weaken the promise you made to yourself. The truth is, the world doesn't care about your excuses. Results don't care about your excuses. Excuses won't lift the weight, won't finish the workout, won't tighten your core, won't build the glutes and legs you want. Only effort will, and effort doesn't wait for the perfect time. Effort doesn't wait for motivation to strike. Effort shows up in the now, in the messy, imperfect, unglamorous grind of putting in the work when it would be so much easier to skip it. Effort is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Anyone can dream of a stronger body, a leaner physique, a more powerful version of themselves. But the ones who turn that dream into reality are the ones who grind, who sweat, who give everything they've got, not once in a while, but consistently. No magic formula, no shortcut, just effort. Relentless, honest effort that replaces every excuse with action. That's where the transformation happens, right there in the middle of the discomfort, when your muscles feel like they're on fire, when your breath is short and every part of you is screaming to stop. Most people see the burn as a signal to quit. They treat it like a warning sign, as if pain means danger, as if effort means damage. But the truth is, the burn is not your enemy. The burn is your body waking up, breaking down old limits, and rebuilding itself into something stronger, leaner, and more resilient. The burn is progress in disguise. Think about it. Every squat, every jump, Every lunge in this grind is designed to push your lower body past the easy zone. If you wanted easy, you wouldn't be here. Easy doesn't change you. Easy doesn't challenge you. The grind is meant to push you into that fire because that fire forges strength. When your legs start to shake, when the lactic acid builds and it feels like you can't go one more second, that's the exact moment your body is being forced to adapt. That's when the muscles tear, rebuild, and grow. That's when endurance is built. That's when mental toughness is born. The burn is uncomfortable because it's supposed to be. Growth never feels comfortable while it's happening. That fire in your quads, glutes, and hamstrings is a sign you're doing the work most people won't. And when you grind through it, you separate yourself from the crowd. Anyone can show up and work hard until it gets tough. The real transformation belongs to the ones who stay in it, who push through the shaking legs, the sweat dripping down, the urge to give up. The burn isn't just physical, it's mental. Your mind will play tricks on you in those moments. It will whisper that you're done, that you've had enough, that you should stop now and save yourself the pain. But grinding through the burn means learning to separate discomfort from defeat. It's about recognizing that pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. It's about realizing that what feels unbearable in the moment will feel like power once it's behind you. You have to lean into the burn, not run from it. The burn is feedback. It's your body saying, this is where the change is happening. When your muscles scream, when your body shakes, that's proof that the grind is working. Instead of pulling back, you push forward. Instead of stopping, you breathe through it and keep moving. That's how you expand your capacity, rep by rep, set by set, grind after grind. There's no shortcut around the burn. You can't trick your way past it. You can't avoid it and still expect results. The only way is through. You earn strength by enduring it. You earn stamina by staying in it. You earn confidence by conquering it. Every time you grind through that fire, you not only condition your body, you train your mind to embrace struggle, to see resistance as proof of progress. So when the burn hits, and it will, you welcome it. You don't fear, you don't back down. You recognize it for what it really is, a signal that you're exactly where you need to be. The burn is the path, the grind is the process, and your willingness to push through it is what builds the body, the mindset, and the power you came here for. It doesn't come from luck, it doesn't come from genetics, and it doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment to magically arrive. Power, the kind of power that changes your body, sharpens your mind, and transforms your life, comes from the simple, often unglamorous act of discipline. Discipline is not motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's a spark that feels good for a moment, but fades the second you're tired, stressed, or uninspired. Discipline is what carries you through when motivation disappears. It's the steady force that keeps you moving when everything inside you wants to stop. In the grind, discipline means showing up whether you feel like it or not. It means pushing through the workout even when the couch, the phone, or the comfort of skipping feels more appealing. Discipline is lacing up your shoes, stepping into the grind, and giving what you've got no matter the circumstances. That consistent commitment builds power, not just in your legs, your glutes, or your core, but in your entire identity. The body doesn't get stronger by chance. The body gets stronger because you put it through the reps over and over with unwavering commitment. Discipline is about creating habits that outlast feelings. Feelings are unpredictable. Some mornings you'll wake up with energy and fire ready to go. Other days you'll wake up heavy, sluggish, maybe even defeated before the day begins. If you rely on feelings, you'll show up only half the time. But if you rely on discipline, you show up every time. And every time you show up, you put another brick in the foundation of your power. That's how empires of strength are built, not overnight, not with a shortcut, but with disciplined action stacked day after day. Discipline doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for consistency. It asks that you keep your promises to yourself. Power comes when you do what you said you do long after the excitement has worn off. That's integrity, that's ownership. And that's the kind of power that translates beyond the gym or the grind, because discipline in one area of your life spills into all the others. The same discipline that keeps you grinding through the lower body burn is the discipline that helps you stay focused at work, that helps you follow through on your goals, that builds confidence because you know you can count on yourself. Every time you choose discipline, you take control back from your excuses. Discipline silences the voice in your head that says, not today, or just skip it. Discipline doesn't argue, it doesn't negotiate, it doesn't entertain excuses. Discipline acts, it puts in the work regardless of circumstances. And in that act, you reclaim your power because real power is not given, it's earned. It's forged in the moments when nobody's watching, when it would be easier to quit, but you keep going anyway. When you practice discipline in the grind, you train your mind to understand that effort is non-negotiable. You learn to trust yourself because you've proven that you'll show up no matter what. That trust builds confidence, and confidence builds power. And that power isn't temporary. It stays with you, it grows with you, and it shapes every part of who you are becoming. Every movement you make, every rep you grind out, every ounce of effort you put into the workout is first commanded by your mind. The body does not move without direction. It doesn't push deeper into a squat. It doesn't spring higher in a jump. It doesn't hold longer in a plank until the mind decides that it will. Strength, endurance, resilience, they begin in thought before they show up in muscle. If your mindset is weak, your body will quit before it needs to. If your mindset is strong, your body will rise to match it. The truth is, your muscles can take more than you think. Physiologically, most people give up long before their bodies actually hit the point of failure. That means what stops you isn't your legs, your core, or your lungs. It's your mind. The second your brain interprets discomfort as defeat, your body follows that command and shuts down. But when you rewire your mindset to see struggle as progress and pain as proof of growth, suddenly your body finds strength it didn't know it had. That's why mindset is the driver. Your body is only as powerful as the beliefs fueling it. Mindset is not about ignoring reality, it's about framing reality. When the burn kicks in, when your legs feel heavy, when sweat blinds your eyes, you have a choice. You can interpret those signals as reasons to quit, or you can interpret them as proof that you're on the right path. That split second mental decision determines whether your body caves in or fights forward. The same squat feels different when your mindset is one of power instead of one of defeat. The same lunge feels lighter when you see it as building strength rather than draining energy. Your mindset shapes your identity. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, then your body will reflect that weakness. If you tell yourself, I don't quit, then your body will find a way to keep going. Words matter, beliefs matter. The internal dialogue running through your head in the middle of the grind is just as important as the physical movement. Champions are not built on perfect bodies, they're built on unbreakable mindsets. And when the mind decides there is no option but to push, the body obeys. A powerful mindset doesn't come by accident, it's trained just like muscle. Every time you step into the grind and refuse to give in, you are conditioning your mind to think stronger, to believe deeper, to command your body to go further. You're building mental endurance. You're teaching yourself that discomfort is temporary, that quitting is optional, that strength is always available if you choose it. The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, your default setting shifts from doubt to determination, from hesitation to action. When your mindset is locked in, your body unlocks its true capacity. The legs that felt weak become steady. The lungs that felt like they were collapsing find rhythm. The core that wanted to give out discovers stability. It's not magic, it's focus. It's the alignment of thought and action. It's the undeniable truth that the body follows the commands of the mind. It's not built in the easy moments when everything feels light, comfortable, and effortless. Strength is not forged when you're coasting, when the weight feels manageable, when your lungs are steady and your legs aren't shaking. Real strength, the kind that transforms not only your body but your mindset, is created in the exact moments when you feel like you can't go any further, when the challenge feels heavier than what you can handle, and when everything inside you begs for relief. Struggle is the furnace where strength is born. Without it, you remain the same. With it, you evolve into something more. The struggle shows up in the middle of the grind when your lower body is on fire, when your muscles are trembling and the finish line feels miles away. Most people see struggle as a wall, a reason to stop, a signal that they've hit their limit. But strength doesn't come from stopping at that wall. Strength comes from finding the courage to keep pressing against it. Every rep you fight for in the middle of that discomfort is a seed of strength planted in your body and your character. Struggle is not the enemy, it's the proof that growth is happening. Think about the process of muscle building itself. You don't grow stronger by staying in comfort. You grow stronger by putting your muscles under resistance, by forcing them into struggle. The fibers tear, they break down, they endure stress, and it's through that stress that they rebuild thicker, stronger, more resilient. Without struggle, that process never happens. The same is true for mental strength. The mind grows resilient only when it's forced to endure pressure, only when it's pushed beyond convenience into difficulty. Struggle is the mirror that reveals who you really are. Anyone can show up when it's easy. Anyone can smile when the load is light. But who are you when the struggle arrives? Do you retreat or do you rise? Strength is not given to the ones who back down. It's earned by the ones who lean into the challenge, who accept that pain is part of progress, who understand that discomfort is a tool, not a punishment. The grind is a test of struggle by design. Every lunge, every jump squat, every explosive movement is engineered to push your body into that uncomfortable zone. That's not a flaw. It's the whole point. Because if you can meet that struggle, if you can push through the moments where it feels like you're breaking, you discover that you're not breaking at all. You're building, you're shaping muscle, willpower, confidence, and resilience. The struggle becomes the sculptor carving out the strength that was buried under your excuses and fears. And struggle doesn't just strengthen your body, it strengthens your spirit. When you learn to embrace the grind, to meet the fire instead of avoiding it, you start to reframe every challenge in your life. Struggle at work, struggle in relationships, struggle in personal goals. They all become opportunities to grow instead of obstacles to run from. The same mindset that pushes you through a brutal set of lunges is the mindset that helps you face a setback and keep moving forward. The body and the mind are both trained through the language of struggle, and strength is the translation. Every drop of sweat, every shaking muscle, every second where you think you've got nothing left, but you go again, that's the raw material of strength. The struggle strips away comfort, and in that space, it forces you to discover the power you didn't know you had. Strength doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's built piece by piece through every challenge you refuse to surrender to, through every fight you choose to finish, through every grind you refuse to walk away from. You can talk about goals, you can dream about results, you can imagine the stronger, leaner, more powerful version of yourself all day long. But if you quit, none of it ever becomes real. Transformation doesn't happen because of intention, it happens because of persistence. It's the refusal to walk away when things get hard that separates those who change from those who stay stuck. Quitting is easy. Quitting is the escape route that requires nothing from you but surrender. Transformation is earned by those who shut that escape door and decide that no matter how hard it gets, they're not backing down. The grind is where this truth becomes impossible to ignore. The moment your legs start to fail, the moment your lungs feel like they're on fire, the moment your body screams that it's had enough, that's where most people quit. They convince themselves they've done enough, that stopping now is okay, that maybe next time they'll push harder. But next time rarely comes, and if it does, the same pattern repeats. Quitters live in that cycle. They start, they stop, they restart, they stop again. They never give themselves the chance to reach the breakthrough on the other side of struggle. And because of that, they never transform. Transformation requires consistency through pain, through doubt, through fatigue. It's not about one workout, 1 week, or even 1 month. It's about showing up again and again, especially when you don't want to. Quitters don't understand that the hardest moments are the ones that count the most. It's not the first 10 reps that build you, it's the last ones, the ones you barely survive, the ones that demand grit you didn't know you had. Transformation doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when it's brutal, when it's ugly, when everything inside you wants to throw in the towel and you don't. Every time you refuse to quit, you build proof for yourself. Proof that you can endure, proof that you can fight through, proof that you're not the kind of person who gives up when things get uncomfortable. That proof stacks up day after day, rep after rep, until it rewires your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who trees and start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. That identity shift is the core of transformation. Quitters never experience it because they never give themselves the chance to cross that line. They never stay long enough in the fight to see who they could become. Quitting doesn't just rob you of results, it robs you of confidence. Every time you quit, you teach yourself not to trust your own word. You tell yourself that your promises are negotiable, that your goals aren't worth the fight, that comfort is more important than change. And the more you quit, the heavier that weight becomes. Transformation isn't just physical, it's about building a stronger relationship with yourself. And that only happens when you prove to yourself that you don't back down. The grind is not designed to be easy. It's designed to break you down so that you can build back stronger. Quitters never make it to the build. They give up in the breakdown. But those who refuse to quit, those who grind through the sweat, the pain, the fatigue, they discover transformation on the other side. They walk out not just stronger in body, but stronger in mind, with a new identity carved out of resilience and persistence. And that transformation can never be taken from them because it was earned through every single moment they chose to stay when it would have been easier to quit.